I appreciate you doing this. Thank you.
Well, thank you. We appreciate you taking the time. I was looking over some of the notes, and it looks quite impressive. So, but I'll save that for when we get started, Louise.
Okay.
Are we rolling?
Thank you.
Okay. Louise, I've heard of making some grand entrances before, but your show, this is unbelievable. Tell me how you're going to enter the stage here.
Well, I come in by parachute, and I fly over the audience for 6 stories. Oh, goodness, I start getting dizzy thinking about it. But I'm representing a military jump, so I forget that I'm scared, and I do what I'm supposed to do.
Now, there's a reason for this. This has a patriotic theme to the show. Is that correct?
Yes, it does. It's a tribute to our country and the people who have made it great. And of course, that's the working men and women throughout America. And we open and close our show with the military tribute, and we do a truck driver tribute, and we do a section of 40s music, because we try to do some of the music that America's really been known for. And I mentioned the 40s because that's one of my favorite sections.
And this is no small affair, Louise. I was reading the notes on this. This is a big-time production.
Yes, the Grand Palace has put $1 million into the production, and it's been a lot of fun to do. It's the biggest thing I've ever done. It's definitely my favorite show I've ever done.
Louise, I got to tell you, I think about half of that $1 million was spent on costumes, don't you think? At least that, huh?
There's a lot of costumes and some great sets.
Now,
of course, we have a laser show that opens the show, and we also use in our gospel section, which is unbelievable.
Now, you don't have much time between costumes, Louise. Is that one of the biggest challenges here? Because you got to get off the stage, and you got to change and get back on within a certain period of time.
Yes, it is a big challenge, and of course you have to plan when the costumes are being made for quick changes. And they built me a booth which is almost on the stage, it's so close by, and of course no one sees one of the biggest shows, which is what goes on in that booth.
Now, what does this take out of you? Did you do anything to prepare for this? Because it's rather grueling. You're doing over 100 shows in less than 90 days, I believe, is what I read on this, and that's got to take a lot out of you.
Well, it is a very physical show, and I work out every day, and I'm lifting weights again, and the show itself is very physical, but if I don't really warm up, I get in a lot of trouble, so I'm doing all the things you're supposed to do as a dancer and a singer.
Let me take you back a few years. Here on the Nashville Network, we air the reruns of your program with your sisters.
Yes, every Thursday night.
Oh, so you tune in. Do you watch the old reruns? What do you think when you see it?
Yes, it's better than home movies.
This is something that it's almost like a time capsule for you and your sisters now. Do you get nostalgic when you look back on some of those episodes?
Oh, I start looking in the mirror going, oh no, how much have I changed? But it's fun. Most of all, I look and remember how much fun we had. And out of all the things I've done in my life with my sisters, that's one thing we were the most proud of. When we ended that show after 2 years, it really was because of my sister's, Barbara's health at the time. That's how we were able to get out of the contract. When you're on top, they don't let you out of a contract. But the NBC doctors and Barbara's doctors said that she could either quit the show or she would have to enjoy the show for another year because it would destroy her voice totally. So obviously we had to quit doing the show.
So you're
and I missed that time, but the reruns are a lot of fun to watch.
So obviously you remain close to your sisters. How often do you stay in touch? Have they seen the show yet that you're doing in Branson?
No, they have not, and it's been open a couple weeks, and I hope they're watching. I hope they feel guilty.
Now, why should they feel guilty, Louise?
Because they haven't been here yet.
Is that right?
Yes, Barbara already has plans to see it, and so does Reelin. But my sister Barbara, along with Reelin, works here in the summer when I'm touring on the road. So they'll come in early and see my show, and I'll stay over a day and see theirs.
Well, that sounds fun. Has there been any thoughts of maybe the three of you getting together again, maybe on a stage or maybe in front of the cameras?
No, they're doing really good on their own now.
So it's just kind of separate projects from here on out?
Well, mostly. Occasionally we get together for charity events. We do have a charity event that we're getting together for in October, which will be airing on the Nashville Network. And I think they're going to air it 4 times. It's a shooting event, and it's the Louise Mandrell Celebrity Shoot. I hope my sisters are watching. They need to go practice.
Now, you talk about shooting. You're talking about shooting guns here?
Yes, sporting clay and trap, and we'll be raising money for the Boy Scouts.
Well, that sounds good. Remind me to stay on your good side then, Louise, if you're good with a gun.
Well, I enjoy it.
I appreciate you taking the time out. Again, good luck on the show, and hopefully we'll get a chance to get down there and see it live.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye.